Hi, I'm Natalie Ledwell, and this is the Inspiration Show. Today on the show, my special guest is going to be talking about unwavering strength, where to find it and how to, if you find yourself in a very challenging situation, how to work your way through it. So please welcome my guest, Judy O'Beirn. How are you, Judy?
Oh, I'm great, Natalie. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
I know, it's a pleasure to have you here. So what we do is initially is start with your background and story and how you got into doing what it is that you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I actually have been working with authors for many, many, many years as Hasmark Publishing and working with my sister, Peggy McCall. And and it's funny because I never believed there was a book in me, and everybody would say that, and it's like, no, 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 no. And then a sequence of events happened that altered my life greatly, and it was at that time that I wanted to honor those, my family, and write the book. So I
Yeah.
began a series.
Excellent. So, I mean, a lot of our, community knows Peggy very well and the work that she does. All right, so we have to elaborate. What were these series of events that got you, that got you to discover that there was actually a book inside you?
It actually happened about 6 years ago. The sequence of events was a lot of my family ending up getting diagnosed with cancer, ultimately passing away. And in 4 short years, I lost my mom. I then lost my job, which I had for in a corporation, and that's how Hasmark Services began. I lost my dog to cancer, my one sister-in-law to cancer, another sister-in-law to cancer, ultimately my husband to cancer, and my daughter's best friend. And uh, I forget to mention this, I had lost my brother only a few years before that to cancer. So it was the sequence of all those that I needed to, honor and represent. And that's how I came to writing Unwavering Strength.
I know I can't imagine having. I haven't had anyone that close to me pass away except an auntie just recently. But to have that many people close to you, do you start to question, something about yourself when those kind of events are happening around you so often?
In fact, it's a joke kind of that, it's like, you might be touched by Judy, and it's like you heavily question yourself. But I also know that it also helps to define sort of your soul's purpose and who you are. And that's when I discovered that I was born to be a caregiver. I was born to be with others and to care for others. And I really found that strength came through as I was going through each one of them.
Right. So, I suppose the question I want to ask is, seeing all these different people, ultimately pass away from cancer, what do you think is one of the contributing factors to people, getting sick like that?
I definitely think the biggest one was smoking. The I think majority of them are smoking, of course. And I do think that, our mindset is that we believe, they're all, how do I say this kindly, they're all older, and you have this mindset that the doctors are right. Whatever they deem it to be, it is. And I know I tried desperately to talk my husband into going for alternative treatment, switching doctors, escalating the treatment he was receiving, and it was just like, well, I trust my doctors. I want to do what they want to do. And I think, maybe it wouldn't have changed the outcome, but it certainly might have changed the progression.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm sure that your dog wasn't smoking, so that's kind of good.
That's true.
Okay, so tell me about the book itself. And when you talk about unwavering strength, are you talking about the strength that you found to be able to move through each of these different situations?
It actually is. I first originated it from my husband's strength. The fact that he had to watch my mom, our dog, his two sisters all go through cancer and pass away from it, and he ultimately had the same diagnosis. It was his strength that I wanted to acknowledge.
Right. Okay. And so what was it about him that you found so inspiring?
It was his strength to be able to carry on. I don't know how I ever would have received a diagnosis like that and not lost my mind, to have known and seen people and the effect of what it does. So his strength to have sat there with his sisters and to have held their hands and been pillars for them really made me want to honor him by writing Unwavering Strength. And when I came up with the concept with my sister, actually. She helped me with the title only a month before my husband died, and it was intended to be about him. In the end, it's also going to be about me and my recovery, because I didn't know I would need the strength that I've needed to get past it all.
Yeah, absolutely. So what type of person would benefit from reading the book?
The book is actually a compilation of stories. It's 32 stories, and it's all about different varying things. It could be the multiple deaths like mine. It could be, recovery. It could be bullying. It could be, a death of a child. It's for readers who are going through a challenging time themselves and be inspired and know that there is a soul's journey, a soul's purpose, and that they aren't alone. If nothing could be more important than letting them know that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. A lot of us will suffer in silence, and because we have to put up that strong front to be able to help us deal with that situation, sometimes that closes us down to asking for the support that we need. So tell me, is there any common themes that you saw between each of the stories as to how, where they went to or how they found the courage to move through their different situations?
The most common theme is they had a choice. Everybody who's in the book and going to be in the series of books all come to a point in their life where they choose. And it's like, I know when I was through the last of the deaths, thank goodness, touch wood, it was a choice. I can either choose to let the grief or the event consume me and determine my future, or I can rise with it and become a better person from it and honor the event that has transpired, and share it with others, and that's been just an amazing event.
Yeah, I know. And then for everyone that's going through grief, there's no right and wrong. There's no length of time. Everyone is personal, and you have to do that in your own time. But what I love about this project and this book is that when the time was right for you, you were able to sit there and go, okay, well, what is something positive that I can draw out of this situation? And was able to go through from that. Is that how you feel?
Oh, absolutely how I feel. Absolutely. I went to the depths of my sorrow, and that's when I knew. Go in one direction or another, and it's like I'm choosing to go in the other, and it has been surprisingly the most rewarding thing I have ever done in my life.
Yeah. So what is something that you've learned about yourself through going through so much sorrow?
I think my strength. I knew I had the strength to help others. That's almost a given for me. It's so easy. But it's my inner strength. It's my ability to draw people in and show them that they have their own strength. I think that's really important to me.
Okay. So I know that you have the book. Is it available now? Where can people purchase the book?
The big date is September 30th for the release. So right now we're doing it in pre-order status, but as of next Tuesday, September 30th, it will be available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And of course we're doing it a promotion with gifts, and there's actually 3 songs that accompany the book that were performed by 3 different artists, all titled Unwavering Strength, that'll be given away with the purchase of the book.
Wonderful. Now, it sounds like it's more than a book. Are you creating a community for people to connect as well?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I affectionately have been told it's a movement, and the people who have come to us in our community, we're actually calling ambassadors, because I really feel that that's what they are. I think everybody is an ambassador of Unwavering Strength. They just have to learn to recognize it.
Yeah. Can you maybe share one of the stories that's in the book that really has touched you?
Oh, there's been so many wonderful stories. One of the very first ones that come to mind is an author named Brian Bogardus, and his story is called Believe. And he actually, September 13th last year, his wife ended up having a brain aneurysm and went into a coma, and she passed away this past April. And his strength of with his two sons of going and visiting her and understanding why she survived that day, and how that all, helped each one of his family members come to terms with her going away, and how he's also honoring his wife by being an author in my book, writing a book about her, creating a foundation. It's wonderful to see these things.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I know that, I mean, cancer can be just such a dreadful, dreadful disease. But, there's always those two camps, isn't there? There's the camp, well, at least I have the opportunity to say goodbye and to voice how much I love them, rather than if something happens so suddenly that you're just like, it was unexpected. So are all the stories specifically like cancer, or, tell me a little bit more about the stories in the book.
No, they're very, very diverse in stories. I have Brian's, where his wife had the aneurysm, so she went into a coma for several months. I have one about a child that died at only days after being born. I have one about a phobia. I have another one about bullying. I have another one about drug addiction. I have divorce. I have loss of a brother, a mother, from all different things. It's there's many stories aren't about death. It's about a challenging time, even in work, or a just getting a U.S. immigrant status has been a challenge for one of my authors. It's just beautiful stories, beautiful people.
So it sounds like there's something in there for everybody.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Excellent. Well, Judy, it's been awesome having you here today. So I know that. So where's the website that we can send people to find out about the book and the movement and everything that's going on with the projects?
It's at unwaveringstrength.com, and all of the information about the book and as you said, the movement, stories, the co-authors, it's all there on the site.
Wonderful. And remember, guys, if you click on the banner to the side there, you'll be able to go straight through to Judy's site from there. So thanks again, Judy. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for bringing this work to light. Like I said, most of us, when we're suffering through really challenging times, for us to be able to cope with it, we have to put up this armor around ourselves. And sometimes that armor stops us from asking for support. So this sounds like a great place for people to get support if they're going through something very challenging.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be on your show today. Thank you, Natalie.
Wonderful. Now, guys, I encourage you to share this video. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons above. You can also make sure you download the app so you can watch the shows on the go. And make sure that you also leave your email in the box on this page so that I can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's actually valued at $87, and I'd love to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.